So we have come back again with another masterclass with Kelly Colman. And the reason why I invited Kelly back is because this is quite a new field for me. Most of the time when we get members to the Global Women Club, 90% of our members are, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, I'm a trainer, I'm a speaker, I'm a best-selling author, I am a filmmaker, I'm a film editor, I'm a graphic designer. So most of our members are building a brand in consultancy or providing services. But you know what? There is nothing like providing a really real product. Having a real product, like it can be a notebook, or it can be a makeup, or it can be a jewelry, or it can be a shampoo, or it can be a cream, or it can be whatever that you like using. For example, what is something that you keep buying on Amazon? What is something that you can't live without it? That is something that somebody else is selling it to you, and you don't need to produce it. You don't need to create it. You don't need to touch a thing. Amazon does it for you. And I have been showing interest on this for a long, long time. But then I started manifesting, said, God, who can be, universe, wherever you believe, who can be someone that can teach me this? I just need someone that I also trust. And ideally, I want to be a woman. And then this is what happened. I meet Kelly, and it's exactly what I've been looking for. Right now, I am working with Kelly. I introduced her with a couple of my friends who I really love. I introduced her with people that I really love and care for. And they called me back and said, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm blown away. This woman is a big deal. And that's why when I was speaking with Kelly last time, I said, Kelly, can I bring you back to my community? Because many women are really doing well in different services and different, in your own expertise and field. But imagine if you add something else. You don't add all the eggs in one basket, and you start creating some passive income. This is what exactly means passive income. Passive income doesn't mean an online course, to be honest. No, because you still have to do the marketing to sell that online course. But once you create something that Kelly will tell you, and of course, it's going to take time. It's not that passive income overnight, but it's going to take time. And if you commit and you start that journey and you see how amazing it is to create that extra source of income and also build a brand, because I'm a big fan of building a brand, it's going to be amazing. And it's not going to be for everybody in this room, of course. But even if it takes 1 or 2 people who are coming out of Global Women only because you happen to be here, even 1 or 2 people in 5 years' time manage to build a brand and sell it like Kelly did. She started a brand and she sold it for millions. And now her brands are on TK Maxx, and she has lots of brands. You never know. Maybe you are here for a reason. You just happen to be here in the right room, in the right time, with the right person, and boom, in 2-3 years' time, you are a multimillionaire. You have made a brand, and you go and teach others as well. So this is all I wanted to say. I'm not an expert on this. I just, once it makes sense to me and it's rational and I like it, I just want to share it. So I'm going to give the mic to Kelly. Kelly, welcome back, my darling. We all provide services, but how about in the side, we start providing some products as well, real products. And why do we want to stay in the comfort zone? We already are providing the services. We don't need Kelly to teach us something that we are doing. So what is she doing? Is she telling us that don't put all your eggs in one basket? You can run a successful consultancy firm or coaching company, but in the side, you can create some products. For example, this is what I'm exploring myself. And I'm going to, I don't, usually Kelly says, I don't share products of my clients with anybody. And I don't suggest you share, but I can't, I always share. So Kelly, you don't need to share anything, but what I'm doing right now, for example, I always, but I didn't know who can help me, wanted to create journals, notebooks for my members, like visionary kind of little notebooks for New Year, or like a action plan or accountability, little brochures. So these are the things that it can add value to my to my company because I have a big network. I have members around the world, and these little things to distribute to all the clubs around the world, for me, it adds so much value as well, but not only limited to the members. One day, if I do well because I have a brand, I can put these notebooks and these journals in the shop. I can put them in WH Smith, or I can sell them online separately. So just think big. You never know. It can be a journal, or it can be something else. It can be pens. It can be T-shirts. It can be a piece of jewelry. Now, in the future, I may think maybe I do like a little scarf of Global Woman here, and everybody's wearing it. So this is what I mean. Or if not Global Woman, it can be something else. It can be a necklace. You just maybe I have, for example, I like something. I like necklace or earrings. I can take that and white label, put my stamp on it, because everything is a brand. The container is what it changed. The raw material, honestly, is the same. For example, there are so many factories who produce creams for different companies. I mean, there may be 10 different companies. They are buying cream to the same factory. The only thing that is changing is the label and the box. Somebody has it blue, somebody has it red, and somebody has it yellow. The inside is the same. Now the marathon is who is doing better in marketing, who is building a better brand, who is growing the brand. It's the same, and what is inside is the same.
Actually, Mirella, I've got some live examples. Let me show you some live examples. So, Leonora, you're absolutely right to ask this question, because many people think, and Mirella actually answered it brilliantly, it can be an extension of what you are doing now, but also you don't need to limit yourself to what you are doing now, because it could be, as Mirella said, it could be something that you care about a lot, like sustainability, and you make this whole sustainability line of, linen notebooks, or it can be about something random, like we find a product and it gets you to your financial freedom figure, but you don't really care. It's like we looked at a tier shelf unit, or I don't know, a dinner service. Like, it can be absolutely anything. For instance, I sell my products now. I don't share my client sellers products because it's not up to me. I don't share my sellers central accounts because, again, you don't really want people to see into the nuts and bolts. Things that I'm happy to share are things that I do with TK Maxx, with retailers, with products I have on shelf. In fact, when I was at Global Woman Summit, one of Morella's ladies actually had been working in TK Maxx red label department for, I think, 10 years, and came up to me and said, oh my God, I've been selling these products for years and I didn't realize it was you. So I've got products like this that I brand and I make. They're nothing unique, really. It's just all in the packaging. I take products, I make them look amazing, I brand them, and I make them look incredible. And it doesn't matter if it's tech, if it's makeup. You don't have to love the product either. In fact, sometimes when you love a product and you keep telling me, well, I've got to make this ring, I've got to make this ring. And I look at the stats and I advise you and I say, look, from a sales perspective, I can see that people aren't searching heart ring. They're actually searching star ring. I would advise you to make a star ring. And the client is still saying to me, but I want to do a heart ring. Then that's up to the client. But when you fall in love with an idea, but not with the sales, it doesn't serve you, because sometimes it's about, okay, let's be commercial. I know in our coaching business or businesses we do, we're passionate about it. We love it. I love products. If you cut me up, you'd find product. I'm sure of it. That's what I love. I just love product. But, it's not about sometimes selling just what we love. It's about, what do people want? What are people searching for? What are the keywords? How can we make, as Morella said, how can we take this lip gloss and make it better? It might be we put a different ingredient in it. It might be our story is all natural. It might be that we're blingy, so we have gold and we're going after a different market. Like, everybody has their story. Everybody, has something. I truly believe that maybe they've got a hobby or something that they know more about than anybody else, that we can really dive into that niche. And I've given you a tool today that you can take away and actually start to look at. So hopefully, you're not just thinking about what is your business now and how can I extend it. Like, think of this also as a separate product, a separate idea.
Yes.
And, you know, you can make enough money with one product to get to the figures that you guys typed in there today, 5K, 10K. I've got a client in America selling one product. They sell enough in America every month with one product. They're not interested in doing anything else because it's just revenue. They've got the supply chain right.
My partner also started. He's getting excited now. At the beginning, he was like, I don't understand very well. Now he's doing so. He's very excited. He's getting it. Maybe the first 2-3 weeks is not going to be like clear, crystal clear, but I could see now in the last week he started seeing. Said, I can see this easy how I can make money.
Exactly. And that is, you know, it's just fine tuning it. Like anyone always says, the first time is the most difficult. But once you've got that first time out, then, you know, you're there. I'm just going to jump into some of the questions. Okay. How does Amazon vendor differ? Okay. So you can be Amazon Vendor Central if you want to sell to Amazon, but you're not always offered Vendor Central. FBA is where you guys need to begin. So just Nehe, in the beginning, you need to just do FBA. Just keep it really, really simple. I've got a lot of corporate clients where we do Vendor Central, but it means that Amazon own your stock. So it gets complicated because they put sale prices on and it's really difficult to manage. So I'd always say for new sellers, start with FBA. You mentioned globally. Does that include Arab countries? Hey, normally people, there's nothing in the Middle East, so normally people sell on Amazon US or UK. I'm sure it's coming. It would be absolutely amazing. Not quite there yet. Might be hard to share, but is there an idea on how much cash will be required to put out the first? Yes. So Ambro, absolutely. So a number of my clients will say, look, I've got 5,000 for in my initial period. So initial stock, I'd probably go with a 3K buy, giving us a bit of money to put into the deposit in the next round, because when you first open your Seller Central account, you're going to have 30 days where Amazon hold the cash. That is because there may be refunds, okay? They will not pay out for refunds, obviously, on your behalf. They'll hold the money for 30 days. Then every 14 days, you will get paid after that. They're going to deduct the FBA fees and any ad fees. So your cash starts flowing really about day 45, day 46, and then day 60, etc. So I would say minimum amount, Amber, if you're thinking of selling in the US, I would probably say 5,000 on stock, but you don't need that at the beginning of the journey because obviously you've got to research your product, you've got to source it, you've got to sample it. You know, you've got to find that right product, sign it all off, do the packaging. Then you put the deposit down with the factory, which is 30 to 50%, and then balance after 30 days, and then shipping. So you don't need it all right now, but you'll need it at the right times in the journey. Let's have a look who else has got questions. Do you know how does it work with regulatory for skincare products? Yes, skincare, makeup. You have to be registered on the portal for Europe and the UK. You also have to have PIF file, so product information file, and you need your MSDS and all of your legislation because it's going to go onto the skin and in the skin, into the bloodstream. So skincare and makeup and supplements is probably the hardest. We kind of call it a gated category. A lot of people don't enter that initially because it's harder. Obviously, I can help you with it because I've done makeup for many, many years, but you need to have all of the documentation. So yes. What do you mean?
And you help with the documentation as well?
Yes,
Kelly?
yes. So I can help
That
with
is
the documentation.
the plan.
Yes. So you need to have the cosmetic product safety report, the MSDS. We need to have the PIF files. So and then register on the portal. So there's lots of, Actually, there's more legislation now for the EU than the US, but US is also difficult if you haven't got your INCI written correctly and if you're shipping into the US. So we need to make sure it's not classed as a medical product. So there's quite a lot going on depending on which country you're going to be selling in. So what would be the ideal capital to start with? So I think for stock around 5K, obviously, if you're going to launch a whole makeup line, you're going to need way more than that. And with makeup, if you're buying something that is like standard packaging, and then you're just decorating standard packaging, so you're just changing the lid or you're doing the deco down the side, then the MOQ is going to be a lot less than if you do something completely custom. So for instance, what I mean by custom is, if you go to the Benefit counter or you go to a big makeup brand's counter, they'll make their own molds for all of their palettes and their lip glosses. And that will be custom. And if it's custom, the MOQ and the mold, the price goes up and up and up. So what I would recommend initially is to use standard packaging, but just make it look like it's not standard packaging. So about 5K for one product. You're going to need more if you are going to do more. And it depends if you want to do one launch or you want to multiply launch lots of products at the same time. Remember, the link is in the chat, guys. If you want to book the consultation, it's the morellasula.globalwomanacademy.com /. So thank you. We have documentation. I'm registered in Singapore, but we don't know how to do it for the US and Europe. Okay, well, I can definitely help you with the documentation. If you have it for Singapore, you have to have it submitted for the UK as well. You can't just bring it in, else it will not get accepted, and it has to pass our label requirements as well. And it differs UK, Europe, US. Every country is different, or territory. Yes, what I mean is that Amazon isn't live in every single country. Amazon has 13 countries that it operates in right now. So you can't sell in every single country. So you have to pick which Amazon you want to sell on. That's what I mean by that. Is there any more questions, guys, or have I done them all? Service, teach people how to do. Trish, own brand example. Service, teach people how to do a 3-day hydration, an ebook with tools. Yes, you can do ebooks. You can do books on Amazon as well, of course. Yes, you can do downloadables. You can do printed versions. You can do all different types of books. Actually, people think books are easier than product, but it's definitely the other way around. Sorry to say that to all the people that have got books, because I know a lot of you have got books, but yes, what are the most common errors that cause people to fail in this business model? Great question. Oof, where do you want me to start? So people say to me, I've tried Amazon FBA, it doesn't work. And I often say, okay, what have you done? And they say verbatim something like this. Well, I just bought a product from China and I tried to sell it on Amazon. That's basically the gist of it. And I say to them, did you try the product? No, I just bought it and sold it on Amazon. Error number one, Dr. Betty, is that people do not road test the product. This drives me wild because I have people all the time telling me that Amazon doesn't work. And I don't work for Amazon. But I can tell you that Amazon does work if you have the right product. And what I mean by the right product, I mean, you've road tested it, it's really good quality, you've branded it, you've maybe improved it on the current offering, so never copycatting. So, you never just take a product like, this brush and then you do the same brush. You have to get into the depths with the reviews. You have to work out, okay, what is it that people aren't liking, but maybe it's got the sales velocity. You have to change it. You have to improve it. You have to offer different things, size, material, colors, whatever it is, you've got to change it up. So product selection, number one, research is number one. 2 is people not trying the product. 3 is not having good real estate, not having great assets, videos, A+ content, premium content. And then the last one is like, listing optimization, ads, and kind of the back end of Amazon, because Amazon is a business. We can't treat Amazon like it's dumb, because it's very intelligent. And we have to know our stuff, or we have to let someone do it for us that knows what they're doing, because it is a business. So yeah, I mean, they're the main things that I see. And a lot of the times it's like, when would you start a new business in a new sector but not check your product? It's kind of like delivering your coaching services or your facials or whatever you do without actually practicing or knowing that you're any good at it, or getting the qualifications, or studying in university, or doing your PhD. Like, this is a product that we want people to love. So why are we not putting the effort into it? We put the effort into it once, and then people will buy it and buy it and buy it. So that would be my main gripes. Yeah, it's like hiring new people. Absolutely. If you don't train them, they're going to be rubbish, right? Yeah. So you're absolutely right. So yeah. So that, Morella, I think, here's the questions. And I think some brilliant questions. Absolutely the questions that I would ask as well. You know, getting into the nitty-gritty of Amazon.
Amazing. Wow. I can, every time I hear you, I can just listen. I'm keeping notes as well. I'm
Oh,
visualizing. I definitely see the value, and I'm going to build a new brand now. So
yay!